Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate coming at you again with not a review of a movie, but just one of these. Last video I did was my thoughts on John Carpenter returning to the Halloween franchise, and I brought up the next Friday 13th movie in that video, and that kind of prompted me to just, might as well just do another one of these quick videos to give my thoughts on the current news. I actually haven't looked at the website or the internet, on this topic for a while now, but anyway, I'll just comment on what the news was several weeks ago. Just like the next Halloween movie, the next Friday 13th movie has been in hiatus, just like development hell for it seems like 2 or 3 years at this point. There was talk years ago, of which I did, I think, one solo and a discussion with Matt. There was talk years ago about the next Friday 13th was going to be a found footage movie, and luckily, maybe thanks to the two videos we did, or the two videos that this channel did, and maybe others and whatever. Luckily, it turns out they decided to change their mind on that Friday 13th found footage, which is absolutely fantastic. That would have been just a joke, but coming at you with some relatively not so new news anymore about the development, news on the next Friday 13th movie, which, like I say, in the last video I did, the Halloween video I did, after seeing what was the Friday 13th reboot 2009 thing, I'm not too, I have no real hope for any more Friday 13ths, or at least under the banner of Platinum Dunes, But until I heard this news, which is kind of cool, which is, they went away from the found footage Friday 13th idea. Now they're talking about a potential possible movie that involves maybe backstory, or maybe even Mrs. Voorhees again. And then they even talked about, Mr. Voorhees, which is something that was actually going to be done, or, at the end of Jason Lives Friday 13th Part 6. There was storyboards for, Jason Voorhees' dad to appear or whatever in a very much the same kind of garb as that guy did at the end of Halloween 5, the trench coat and whatever. But that didn't materialize for that movie, and of course with almost, 12 Friday 13th movies or whatever, we still have no word on, Friday 13th's dad, Jason's dad rather. It's all about mom, Jason's mom and stuff. So as a Friday 13th fan, I always thought it'd be cool to go back, very much like with Prometheus or whatever, and do, I don't know if this next Friday 13th is going to be an origin or whatever, but I thought it would be cool to do. I don't know what you'd really do though, that's the problem with the Friday 13th origin, but that one bit in Freddy vs. Jason where they have this, Jason's dream, and you see him, drowned in the counselor screwing and stuff in the old car from the 50s or whatever. That was really cool, and I would like, as a Friday 13th fan, to see, I'd like to see an origin, movie. What the hell, maybe you could do half for the first half movie origin, and then the second half just present day and slaughtering or whatever, or just a movie that kind of goes back and forth, who knows, but yeah, and get someone better to play Mrs. Voorhees than that woman who played her in Freddy vs. Jason, and also whoever played her in, I think it was someone different, right, who played her in the reboot. But those two women are just whatever, so whatever. There may be more recent news that I was going to look before I started doing the video, but I wasn't going to do this video, and whatever. There might be more recent Friday 13th news than this, so this is just me doing, weeks old news, just so you guys can complain about this is already old news, whatever. This is my little update for what's happening there currently, the development, news about the upcoming Friday 13th film. So Mrs. Voorhees in it, Mr. Voorhees, I don't know, does adding Mr. Voorhees to the mix really make anything better? I don't know. I guess we'll see, but I can't imagine the next Friday 13th movie being any worse than the reboot, from 2009, but you never know. So I guess those are my thoughts on the newer, I don't know if it's the newest, but the newer news on the, the current production status of the upcoming Friday 13th movie. Feel free to let me know what you think, what you'd like to see in the next Friday 13th movie. Like I say, I'm fine with an origin story and actually seeing, freaking Jason born on Friday 13th and just, jumping through his life or whatever, which is pretty limited until he drowns, so it wouldn't really take up a lot of movie, and actually see him drowned and see, Crystal Lake and whatever, and and then just jump. It could be a movie about that and just jumping up until present day and whatever. And it'd be really cool if they did that. As a Friday 13th fan, I'd like to see that. Where it starts, when he's born or whatever on Friday 13th, and just jump ahead to whenever and jump ahead again to see him drown. Jump ahead to see Mama Voorhees doing her first the stuff we hear about in the first movie. Like the fires and the water was bad and all this shit. And then it would be really cool to see kind of a recreation of the beginning of the first Friday 13th that took place in whatever it was, 58, I can't remember, when those two counselors were killed. I think those were the first two counselors that she killed, I think. And continually just jumping forward and more forward in time like that, and they can even maybe do you could even do like jump, do that and then jump to 1980 where she's, and cast someone to look like, Adrienne King and kind of do a little bit of that and show her be decapitated and just keep jumping forward and into, 80s, 90s, present time, and the movie can end during present time. That'd be really cool the more I think about it. I just thought of that right now, so that's probably a better idea than they're going to end up coming up with. But you don't have to have the whole movie take place, when he drowned. You can just have it start when he's born and then all the way up. You can see all over the years the variations of whatever, Jason Sackhead. You can see him kill someone from part 2. So you do these cool homages to some of the movies. Not all of them, there's too many, but certainly the first one, second one when he gets the mask, cutting the guy, killing Shelley or whatever, or getting the mask, whatever. So I kind of went on a little longer than I intended. So to all you still watching, thank you very much for doing so. And I guess that'll pretty much do it at this point. I feel like I wore out my welcome. So I guess until next time, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.